Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to cover in this video the ruler of the cleforic sphere within the Tree of Death called Tajirion, aka the Black Sun, which is the Moabite god or pagan god turned demon by Christians called Belphegor or Belphegor. Interesting to note that his name is derived from Belphegor, allegedly a mountain, but you can consult the article which is linked in the description below for that. Just consult the wiki page. I have a link in the article that leads to the wiki page. Specifically for more information about him, read here, and then here is the link itself. There's a link attached to the phrase here, so you can just see that for all the details. I'm doing a video on Belphegor now, but just like a couple of other videos that I've done, it was, for me it was ages ago that I invoked Belphegor. But I have worked with him extensively, more than a couple of times. And unfortunately, I didn't get any results for him, but that was not due to him or his capabilities. That was due to a lack of opportunities in my life regarding the goal that I asked him to achieve for me. Let me start off with the beginning. I met Belphegor first when I astral traveled to Tajirion. Tajirion is within the Tree of Death. Tajirion is the sphere that opposes Tiferet. Tiferet within the Kabbalah means the sun, which is ruled by the Archangel Raphael, and therefore the sun also of course has a polar opposite, which is the black sun. That black sun within the Tree of Death is called Tajirion, and it is ruled by Belphegor. When I first visited Tajirion, Belphegor greeted me. Tajirion is completely black. We're talking about a landscape without any light source whatsoever. So I literally couldn't see a single thing. And it was Belphegor that lit the pathway for me. He gave me a ball of light, and he told me this ball of light is going to keep hovering over you. And he just escorted me through pretty much, I think, the entirety of Tajirion, or at the very least, the majority of the plane itself. The appearance that Belphegor takes is that of a creature filled with warts over his entire body. Can be gruesome. But I also met him earlier today, and he just tried to gag me. He tried to pass himself off as a fallen angel, but that was just a joke. He told me I was just joking. I hope you can still appreciate a good joke. And Belphegor is prone to, he's also a shapeshifter, which shouldn't surprise anybody. Since he's lunar, Belphegor is a lunar spirit. He corresponds, or he falls under the moon. And Belphegor is a powerful one at that, okay? Despite the fact that he's a pagan god. He excels specifically in, aside from all matters in general, so you can basically ask Belphegor for help in any matter. But he excels specifically in terms of clairvoyance, in all things relating to clairvoyance. So it doesn't matter, you can ask Belphegor for money, you can ask him for anything, okay? The only drawback is that, of course, that you'll have to give him some time in order to accomplish something that's worth mentioning in those goals. But I would personally suggest that you invoke him for, of course, again, you're welcome to invoke him for any goal, or to engage with Belphegor or approach Belphegor for any goal. But I personally, based on everything, I personally would advise that, I personally would invoke Belphegor for clairvoyant faculties. That's what he excels in. That's where you'll get the quickest results, the fastest results, and the quickest results, the fastest results. I'm sorry, Belphegor himself is distracting me. He's here, but it's okay. He's just trying to mess with me again. He's a joker. He can joke, and right now he's saying, sorry, I'm distracting you from the video. He doesn't want people to be too discriminatory of him. Okay, that's why I said you can invoke Belphegor for anything that you'd like, but if I personally would invoke Belphegor only for his forte, which is clairvoyant-based faculties or related faculties. Again, you're welcome to invoke Belphegor for everything. He covers practically every other goal that you would like to accomplish, but his specialty is clairvoyance. That shouldn't come as a surprise since he's lunar, okay? And Belphegor earlier today, he morphed into a stereotypical angel. We're talking about an angel dressed in sky blue apparel, in a sky blue robe, with a spear in his hand and white wings. And he just told me, this is what I look like before my fall. And I was like, yeah, nice try. You're a pagan god. I know that you're a Moabite god. Okay, the Moabites were a civilization that existed in Christian times or pre-Christian times. And he was like, okay, I'm just kidding. But again, that just solidifies or confirms the fact that Belphegor is capable of, he's not the only one, he's by far not the only one, but he's capable more so than spirits in general to take on multiple appearances. But the general appearance is that just of a wart-like creature or simply a demonic-looking shade, you know, just a dark-looking creature that looks like your stereotypical demon. But he is incredibly friendly, okay? No negative attitude from him unless you prompt that from him himself, unless he's prompted to behave aggressively due to something that you did wrong. But in general, Belphegor is incredibly friendly and incredibly helpful, okay? He helped me navigate through Tajirion despite the fact that he had never seen me before. And even now, he's just friendly. He's just a wisecrack right now. He's just joking around, okay? I've had multiple spirits that like to make jokes and that have a comical or humoristic aspect to them. And in any case, that is it. Yeah, Belphegor is lunar, and I also remember that I invoked Belphegor a good deal back in the day. I think I invoked him once a day for a week, or at least longer. I think once a day every day for 9 days, and he really made my hands burn. I felt the energy every time I invoked him. I felt the energy soar through my hands, and let's see. Yeah, that is practically it. So that's pretty much it. And yeah, he did give me a vivid dream. I remember a dream in which he just gave me a vivid dream in which I found myself almost in a flashback back into when I was at school. He gave me a dream in which I was at school and I was just unlocking my bicycle. I was like 12, 13 years old, and he was also there. That's how I knew that he gave me the dream. And it was right in between or short after I had invoked him all those times. But not that the dream had any real meaning or anything. He was just giving me a heads up in terms of us working together. But that is it. There's nothing special to say about Belphegor. Oh yeah, Belphegor is also listed, or if you were to look up information on Belphegor, he's listed as the demon of sloth, or the demon of excrement. So he deals with poop, with stool, with fecal matter. And that is an unjust stigma that Christians have imposed upon him. Never since I've worked with Belphegor has Belphegor even displayed that level of something relating to that. There's also a picture of him online where he sits on a medieval toilet, I think. One of those old parties that they used to have. Which is of course nonsense, okay? Belphegor is just a pagan god that they used to worship back in the day. And they simply turned him into a demon of shit and piss, to put it bluntly or crudely. And it's all unjustly, okay? He's not the first one, but it's simply unjust. It's done so unjustly. Belphegor has nothing to do with excrement or with sloth, with laziness. No, none of that. Belphegor is just a lunar spirit, a pagan god that has the attributes that I mentioned before. He does take responsibility for the Tree of Death, however, but his origins are pagan-ish, or he is pagan in origin. But he does indeed rule over he does indeed rule over Tajirion in the Tree of Death.